Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
I'm Mac.
And today we're filming our first impressions of Flatiron, which is a building in New York. It's based off that, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It is based off that.
Mm-hmm.
And this artwork on this box, I think, is amazing. I don't know what your thoughts are.
It's good.
It's good or amazing?
It's amazing.
It's fantastic.
It's wonderful.
Wow. But yeah, this comes from, I believe, the designers that did the White Castle and Red Cathedral. So it's another building game that they, in their series, I don't know that it's actually a series, but I'm going to call it a series of games. And this one, unlike the other ones, is only up to a 2-player game, a solo or 2-player game. And we played it at 2 players.
Shocking, truly.
Shockingly. We got 1 play of it in. And yeah, so in the game you are kind of building up this 3D
the Flatiron
building
yeah.
by putting some pillars and floors together. And I think, what was it, 6 total floors or 7?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, however many it is that you have to do. And yeah, you've got this board of kind of 4 different areas that are associated with the 4 different streets around the Flatiron building, and you are kind of moving your worker person architect around to those different places, and then you can kind of do a few different things. You can buy some cards that can be associated with any of the 4, and then you'll add them on the tops or bottoms of those action areas.
Yeah.
Or you could trigger that action area, and you'll go from top to bottom and trigger all the cards you've added to that, and kind of that initial action that was on your player board. And I found that pretty interesting. You're kind of building up a engine of a tableau, making some certain areas a little bit stronger than others, and you kind of have your base ones are, I think, 1 special action, and then you can kind of add 1 column thing, pillar column. You can add 2 pillar columns, or you can add a floor, are kind of your base things, and you can buy the 4 different colors of pillars, which each floor can only have 3 pillars
and
1 color, or each one has to be a different color.
Yeah.
I think there might be something that breaks that rule, but most of the time you have to do it that way. And yeah, on those spaces that you're placing out those pillars, you get some nice little bonuses.
Yeah.
So overall, it's a pretty simple game, especially once we got going.
Yeah, but I think different from a lot of 2-player games that we own. I feel like a lot of those are really you versus me type of situation. I don't know. They just feel very they feel very focused on each other, I guess is how I would say it. But for this one, I felt like it was more of like a Euro style game. Like I felt like we were at the table playing like a 1 to 4 player game. Not like, because I'm thinking of like Jaipur or Lost Cities or
7 Wonders.
Land versus Sea. Yeah, like these ones
Duel.
Yeah, Duel.
7 Wonders Duel.
Where you're like, it feels like you're primarily focused on what the other player is doing.
That's true.
And in this one, it was just like, okay, well, how can I mean, you were there and stuff, but it was like, how can I do these actions, to do something on my turn? It wasn't so focused on what the opposing opponent was doing. You certainly got in my way a few times.
It's one of those old school, really interactive Euros, is what you're saying.
No, it's
kind of those ones from the, 90s and stuff that are very interactive.
Sure, exactly. So
I think they were just much more. A lot of Euros these days are multiplayer solo, a lot of people say. And like some of the old classics that are really good at 3 to 4 players, that I haven't really tried many of them, are more cutthroat, kind of in your face sort of style. So you're saying this is more like, probably like that.
No, I didn't think it was cutthroat.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think it was cutthroat.
You just thought I got in your way all the
You
time.
were in my way because you can't have two architects in
That's
the same
true.
spot, and it just so happened that you were on a spot where I needed to go, which you wouldn't think that considering there's 5 spots to go.
But every time.
But the way the cards were coming out and stuff, it just was not. It was just a disaster for me. You really handled it. You got ahead, and you were like, there I go. But I was not cut out for New York City. And I have been devoted to New Jersey after my showing as an architect in this game.
Wow.
But no, I thought there's some interesting things to it. The cards kind of enhance things. It was kind of hard knowing, like, sometimes there's, like, real obvious, like, oh, this is a good card, get that card. And so I felt like I didn't pick up on, like, what the obvious good things were. And then I was so mad because I'd, like, finally buy a card because I was like, I don't know what else to do. Then I'd reveal an even better one for you, and I'd have to move, and of course you would swoop in and take that stupid card, and I'd be like, gosh darn it. So there were some really interesting elements that I felt like it wasn't just, me and you playing across the table. I felt like it was me and you, and then, like, the game was there, really. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but
Yeah, I could see that. It definitely isn't quite the same feeling as some of those where it feels more like a tug of war style thing sometimes. I don't know that this one feels quite like that, but definitely I think there are things relating to timing of things where I think I was tended to be at the right place at the right time for most of the
he was
things.
like, lay 2 pillars. Let me lay 2 pillars again. And I was like, can I just get one?
Because
get one on
because
there?
there's only those 3 spots. That's what makes the 3
That was
pillars
hard.
juicy.
Yeah.
Or doing 2 at a time,
Yeah.
2 of the 3, because then you have to fill in that remaining one before you can kind of place the other floor on top. So then it's just a matter of do you let your opponent fill in that 3rd one, so then you set yourself up hopefully to then
do it again.
Put the floor on so you can get that, or in some of our cases it seemed like I would put the 2 pillars on.
Yep.
You get points based on, so it's a little bit different. Like an orange one wouldn't necessarily be the same amount of points for each of us, so I liked that.
It's like the sideboard,
right,
where it's different for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good comparison. And yeah, so an orange one might be really good for me because I think mine was like 4 points, but yours might have only been 1 point. So that's where it's a little bit easier for you to put orange ones on there. And some of the tiles require you to have like a specific color to get the bonus in the circle. And sometimes it's a little bit easier. It's cheaper to buy the ones that give you less points.
Yeah.
As well. So if you could usually get a couple on there, or buy a couple, because you have to buy them first, and then you can place them. And just the combo that I had allowed me to kind of buy 2 and then place 2. So I think I just had myself in a good spot, because it seemed like whenever we'd add the new floor, I'd already have, well, I didn't even have to have that. I just had to have the money to get 2.
Yeah.
And I could pretty much just place them immediately and get 2 of the bonuses. And I think, that just... It seemed like I always got that. You got the single, and then I'd place the floor, and the floor is like 5 points or 6 points, and it just got a little out of hand. Just was at the right place.
You got
at the right
that
time.
coin. You got that coin card, and I just could not keep up on coins.
No.
I just could not get money, and you need money for everything. Every step of this game requires money.
Yeah, and your little tableau engines for each action space could only have add 3 cards into each spot. And another little twist thing that the cards have, some of them have these thumbs up and thumbs down. If you end up with in total negative or thumbs down, more thumbs down than thumbs up, then you lose 3 points for that row or column. And if you get positive, you gain 5 points. So you're trying to balance that as well. So yeah, that row that I had, or the column that I had that was really, really good was like negative, I don't know how many thumbs, but at that point you're already negative, so you don't really get even less points. At least as long as I was reading that correctly. I don't think you get negative for every one of the thumbs you have negative. I think it was just you either have negative total or positive total. So once you're so far negative, you just add all those really juicy cards
I'll just make it
all
up
into the
elsewhere.
same ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun, and I like how you could kind of combo some things together. Depending on what you get.
Yeah. Well, what would you rate the game?
Um, hmm. I liked what it was doing. I would be interested in more plays if it actually like stays a little bit closer, or if there's always going to be someone that kind of is kind of in the right spot or just has a really solid action that allows them. So that part is tough for me. I don't know. I might have just looked into it. Maybe I just bought the perfect cards, and that will never happen again. It'll always be close. I don't know. But yeah, if it were close, it would probably be a little bit higher. But I'll probably say 7, with the potential to go up. But yeah, if it kept being like, oh, someone just gets one good column, and that person tends to win, then it might go down a little bit for me.
Yeah.
But it's hard to know after just one play.
Yeah, this one I think is really hard to judge after one play. And our play of it obviously if you're still listening and watching, it was very difficult for me to play. So I probably would give it 6. Not because it was a bad game or everything, but I think I was just completely in the wrong spot constantly, and that was really, really hard to come back from. And I didn't. I don't even remember what the score was, but it was not close. And I mean, I think the concept is really fun, and I really enjoy some of that, but there are some things that I'm like, I feel like it's just not mitigated enough, where there's just like a little something that wasn't tweaked or something that's needed, and I don't know what it is, but it would, like you said, I think 6 with room to grow if our next plays of it kind of show us something different than what we did the first time. So
yeah, yeah, I know. Seven Wonders Duel for me, I think, started as, I don't know if it was like my favorite right off the bat either, but every time I play it since, it's just grown. So I'm hoping that this one will have the same effect. I know a lot of people have really enjoyed it, so
yeah.
I'm hopeful. But yeah, we've got an unboxing video if you want to see the components for this one. You can go check that one out. If you liked the video, you can give us a thumbs up, subscribe for future content. And we hope to see you on other videos. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.